Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, please subscribe and don't make it your last time. Today's video is for military rated once again. Woohoo! Thank you. Shout out to military rated. This is titled How the Nordics Dominate Winter Warfare. Anytime I see a video from military rated, honestly, I'm excited because it's always so precise, detailed, and very educative. So if you are ready to learn just like me today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let's get into it.
Norway, Finland, Sweden, and to a
Norway,
lesser
Finland,
extent Denmark
Sweden,
are fast becoming a northern NATO bulwark
and
towards
Denmark.
an ever-increasing threat from Russia and its authoritarian allies. This means that these four nations are having to plan for an eventuality where they'll have to fight the Russian army during winter in one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. This reality has led to some of the most advanced and rugged winter warfare units in the world. And it is to the three northernmost Nordic nations that NATO is now sending units to train for winter warfare. In this video, we'll have a look at how the Nordic nations became masters of winter warfare, their tactics, gear, and how attacking any of them in winter would be a very bad idea. The Nordic nations are subjected to some of the harshest winter conditions on the planet, characterized by long periods of darkness, heavy snowfall, and temperatures frequently plunging -20 below freezing. This environment has profoundly influenced their military strategies, prompting a focus on specialized training, equipment, and tactics tailored for winter warfare. Their expertise in operating under these challenges yields significant operational advantages, underscoring the importance of mastering one of nature's most difficult adversaries. And within NATO, this region is the home of the expertise in winter warfare. To understand the origin,
These Nordic countries are fast becoming a threat to Russia. Can you see the amount of strategies that have been put in place? It's so insane.
of the winter warfare expertise of Norway, Finland, Sweden, and to some extent Denmark, we must delve into their historical context. The Nordic region has always been characterized by its harsh and unforgiving climate. This environment shaped the military strategies of these countries, notably their use of ski troops, ambush tactics, and proficiency in engaging enemies under extreme conditions. The effectiveness of these strategies is prominently displayed in several historical episodes. The Winter War between Finland and the Soviet Union in 1939 is a standout example of Nordic military ingenuity in winter warfare. Despite being outnumbered, Finnish forces effectively utilized their intimate knowledge of the local terrain and extreme winter conditions to their advantage. They employed ambush tactics and specialized ski troops, ambushing Soviet troops from well-camouflaged positions and evading negative engagements by utilizing skis and fast movement in the deep snow. Finland's army and vast reserve pool is regularly trained in these tactics to this very day, and the Jaeger units of the Finnish defense forces are frighteningly good at winter warfare. Finland's motti tactics essentially meant that small, agile groups of Jaegers would ski around the roads where the Soviets were moving, completely surround the enemy, and then strike hard from all sides. My good Finnish friend Thomas joins me today to talk about the Hakkapeliitta cavalry, which essentially used the same motti-style tactics that the Finnish army would later.
Thanks, Max. The Finnish Hakkapeliitta cavalry were a formidable force in the Swedish army during the 17th century, renowned for their fierce combat skills and strategic use of the harsh Nordic winter conditions to their advantage. Mounted on their sturdy and resilient Finnish horses, known for their ability to endure cold weather, the Hakkapeliitta were expertly skilled in hit-and-run tactics and ambushes during the snowy months. They utilized the landscape's natural obstacles, such as thick snow and ice, which were challenging for less winter-hardened troops to navigate. A lot of the same tactics would.
Can you see that they are using their like everything around them, nature? They are using it to their own advantage, and this has been for the longest time. That is such a genius way to go about things.
Later be used by the Finnish army as it fought against the Soviet Union. The heritage of the Finnish army lies in its light cavalry roots. Norway, on the other hand, has a long history of being the underdog in war. While countries like France, Denmark, Belgium, and Holland fell to the Germans in a matter of weeks, Norwegian resistance against the Germans held up for the longest out of all Western European nations mainly due to clever hit and run tactics in the still snow-covered terrain up until June 1940. Norway was first to find the South Pole, and in doing so trialed some of the most enduring winter gear in world history. The thermal underwear used in most NATO nations today are copies of the same technology that Roald Amundsen used on his journey to the South Pole in 1911. In World War II, the Germans would call Norway's National Guard ski troops Black Devils, as they would hound the Germans from atop mountains and valleys throughout the entire war. The sabotage of the Vemork heavy water facility in 1943 was instrumental in halting Germany's atomic ambitions and was made possible by the country's harsh winter conditions, where a group of Norwegian resistance fighters traversed some of the roughest terrain in the world, over the Hardangervidda in midwinter in order to get to the Vemork facility and sabotage the heavy water operation. To put it bluntly, Norway's winter warfare heritage essentially stopped Hitler's plans for creating a nuclear bomb well before the Allies did the same. The focus on winter warfare for Sweden was never as army-wide as in Finland and Norway, and is often characterized by a much more motorized variation of winter warfare. Quickly put, Sweden is the creator of the most effective tracked snow vehicles in the world, and this is used to its fullest extent in its army. The Swedish armed forces maintain elite units specialized in Arctic warfare, such as the Norrbotten Dragoon Regiment, which is known for its extensive training in harsh winter conditions and its vital roles in securing Sweden's northern territories. This regiment has become a benchmark for other military units in winter warfare proficiency and is a welcome.
Honestly, other military units would definitely look up to them because they are military, they are too strategic and super intentional. This is really nice.
Addition to NATO's northern flank, along with their Norwegian and Finnish counterparts. Sweden is also the home of the models of vehicles that makes the Nordic nations' proficiency in winter warfare so great, evident in the BV series of all-terrain vehicles. Models like the BV 206 and 410 are engineered specifically for efficient maneuvering through snow and ice, providing Sweden with enhanced operational capabilities during winter months. The BV series is also adopted heavily in Finland and Norway, and the tactic is often that one of these tracked vehicles will pull a troop of ski jaegers behind it in order to ease transportation in snow.
Naturally, Denmark isn't to the same level in winter warfare as the other three nations, on account of our flat and mainly wet nation. However, there are some key specialities in the Danish military too. The Danish Sirius dog sled patrol epitomizes another aspect of Nordic winter warfare, which is different to that of the other three nations. This elite unit combines traditional skills with modern military roles for long-range patrols in Greenland, where extreme weather conditions prevail. Their use of dog sleds facilitates rapid movement over difficult terrain, embodying a unique fusion of heritage and military efficiency. And in the Danish military, this unit has achieved a reputation as some of the hardest soldiers that the country has to offer. Norway plays a crucial role in enhancing NATO's winter warfare capabilities through exercises such as Cold Response, Nordic Response, and Special Operations training for, among others, British and American Special Forces. This large-scale military exercise, often involving thousands of troops from NATO allies, is designed to test their ability to operate cohesively in extreme winter conditions. Participants engage in realistic scenarios related to combat and survival practices.
You can see that their weather conditions or just how these countries have really been put into consideration in the getting equipment and everything. They consider, can you see those vehicles that were made? They can easily pass through snow, they can maneuver through it and everything. That is so much consideration going into that, and I really like that.
Further refining their ability to manage joint operations in harsh climates. If you've ever been in Norway to train with the Norwegians, you'll likely have fond memories of being asked to take a plunge into a freezing lake in full gear in order to condition your body to what that would be like. Personally, I did this in the 90s, and I think I'm still freezing in some of my toes after the experience. The Norwegians also have a proud heritage of using what they call NATO planks as skis, which are essentially skis that you strap onto your military boots to become extra mobile at short notice. Nordic military training programs place a strong emphasis on adaptability in extremely cold conditions, honing techniques for managing body heat while ensuring stealth. Soldiers undergo rigorous training in skiing, navigating snow-covered terrains, and constructing snow shelters, skills that allow them to optimize the tactical advantages winter weather can provide. Whole groups of soldiers from other nations are often placed in nature with some local guides and are shown how to survive for a prolonged period in the Arctic conditions of Norway's northernmost counties. Most NATO nations send their special forces to Norway to train with Norway's famed special operations teams, and both American and British soldiers tell me that their training in Norway is some of the hardest they ever have to go through. The newly opened NATO Amphibious Warfare Center in Sørreisa, Norway, represents a significant advancement in the alliance's strategic posture within the Arctic region. This specialized facility is designed explicitly for training NATO personnel, particularly from the United States, United Kingdom, and the Netherlands, in amphibious operations under Arctic conditions. The center's establishment is a direct response to increasing geopolitical tensions in the area, particularly concerning Russia's military activities in the Arctic, including its proximity to Norway's border and the key port of Murmansk. By providing a dedicated space for amphibious assault training, the center will enhance joint operational readiness and interoperability among NATO allies. This is crucial as Arctic warfare demands unique skills and tactics, distinct from traditional cold weather operations.
Of course.
The center aims to create a comprehensive training environment that will not only prepare allied forces for potential conflict scenarios, but also promote collaboration in addressing emerging security challenges in the region. Moreover, Sørreisa's strategic location enhances its role as a NATO hub, pivotal for both air operations and prospective amphibious campaigns. The facility is expected to conduct joint exercises that simulate real-world scenarios, thereby equipping forces with the necessary experience to respond effectively in crisis situations. As NATO continues to adapt to the evolving security landscape, this Arctic Amphibious Warfare Center will serve as a cornerstone for strengthening collective defense capabilities and ensuring the alliance's readiness to operate in one of the world's most challenging environments. The area of Norway is particularly hard to invade, being situated in an area where the topography favors the defender to such an extent that just having the training facility there should provide a massive deterrence. When looking at the map, it is also understandable why this location was picked. This part of Norway is close to Sweden, Finland, and Russia, and at the same time it is located in an area where reaching Svalbard and Iceland would be fairly easy. It is also within range of the most important shipping lanes in the European North Atlantic and closely connected to Greenland's territorial waters. The Nordic countries have turned their geographical challenges into substantial military advantages, fueled by extensive historical precedent and modern innovation. Their expertise in winter warfare is vital not only for their own security, but also significantly beneficial to international allies. Sweden and Finland, alongside Norway's training initiatives, especially in exercises like cold response, showcases a commitment to fostering resilient military forces adept at operating in one of the world's most challenging climates. A while back, we discussed the importance of the new NORDEFCO Nordic alliance within NATO. And this winter warfare cooperation is another one of the assets that will make the Nordics one of the hardest regions in the world to invade. Russia struggles in flat country in Ukraine. Imagine trying to attack Norway or Finland with the amount of skill and expertise that their armed forces possesses in their home terrain. As Mark Rutte recently said, we need to project strength, and these three Nordic nations are doing their bit to be strong for their allies. In conclusion, the Nordic countries have turned the harsh challenges of their winter landscapes into formidable advantages in military strategy. From the historical prowess of Finland's winter war to Norway's savvy World War II resistance operations and Sweden's specialized winter units, these nations have developed a mastery of winter warfare that stands unparalleled. Through expert training exercises like NATO's cold response and unique units like the Danish Serious Dog Sled Patrol, the Nordics continue to lead in adapting to and capitalizing on one of the most challenging environments for military operations. Their ongoing commitment to evolving their tactics and technologies ensures that their frosty frontiers remain a stronghold of defense innovation. This expertise not only safeguards their own territories, but also offers invaluable lessons and strategies for cold weather military operations worldwide. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed Thomas's voiceover. He's one of the people that will participate more in the channel while I get deployed to Estonia in the new year. If you liked the video, we'd be honored if you gave it a like. Have a great weekend, folks.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for that video. Honestly, the Nordic countries, their commitment to continuously evolving their military and tactics is really admirable. I like everything. And honestly, it's so good to see that Sweden and Finland have finally joined NATO and now they fully identify with them. This is so beautiful. It's just going to keep enhancing their security and solidarity, and I couldn't be more happy for them. This was really nice. Shout out to Military Rated again. And if you want to watch this video uninterrupted, I'm going to link it down below. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. If you enjoyed this video and want more videos like this, click on the subscribe button, give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.